Hi guys, welcome back to snt-networks. In today's video, we'll be discussing about SSL forward proxy. You might have been hearing this term in various interviews or various next generation firewalls, load balancers, or I think even web application firewall. That we talk about a new term called SSL forward proxy. Along with that, we talk about SSL decryption. Correct? We hear these terms. So now, what is SSL forward proxy? So first of all, what is proxy? Proxy is basically a service that is sort of doing, making connection on your behalf. So just for example, if you want to make a connection with this server, correct? If A wants to make the connection A, B, and C, A wants to make a connection with C, so B will intercept and make the connection, and the actual connection will be on, on C by B. So B will make a connection on behalf of A. Basically, this is proxy. Now, what is SSL proxy? Let's talk about this in detail. So consider, we have three devices A, B, and C. Correct. This is some server like Gmail or YouTube, or this is, let's just say this is snt-networks. This is the server. So what do we have here? We have a public key and we have a private key. Correct. Similarly, we have a firewall here. Just for example, we'll call it Juniper firewall. So Juniper firewall will have a public key and a private key. Correct. So in this scenario, what will happen is A is trying to create a connection with C. A tried to make a connection with C, stating that it wants to watch some videos via snt-networks or watch some or basically fetch some data. Correct. So this is B. So we know that first TCP will happen. Correct. First TCP will be there. Then we have SSL. First message will be SSL client hello. So the Juniper firewall or the Juniper SRX box, which has SSL proxy enabled, will let it pass. Will let this client hello packet pass. But once that reply comes, there will be a reply, right? Will be server hello. Along with that, it will be a certificate. Correct. So when the basically SNT network will reply with server hello and a certificate, this certificate will be SNT certificate. We'll use different colors. This is SNT certificate. Along with it, it will be public key of SNT. Correct. So this packet will be intercepted by Juniper. Juniper will hold this packet, and till now the package is not encrypted. Correct. So what Juniper will do will reply the same packet back with server hello. Okay, it is server hello, but it will just sign that certificate, this certificate, with the Juniper certificate. So a client hello is sent, server hello is came back. The server hello will be there, but with server hello we'll have the certificate of Juniper and the public key of Juniper. Okay. So now the client thinks that okay, I sent a connection request to SNT and I got a reply back, the server hello, but I now have the key of Juniper. So it doesn't know. Correct. So it thinks that it's a genuine packet. Now what will happen after this is the client will create a master key. Correct. Pre-master key. I'm sorry. It'll create a pre-master key. Now it's creating a pre-master key. Now let's just say that pre-master key is X. Okay. Now it's created a pre-master key called X, and it will use the public key. This public key, it will encapsulate or encrypt that pre-master key using the public key of Juniper. And this packet then reaches where will it will reach Palo Alto, or let's just say this is Juniper, right? The Juniper firewall. It reaches the Juniper firewall. Now what the Juniper firewall will do? It can now since it has the private key as well, it will decrypt it and it will find the pre-master key. Now both of them have the pre-master key. From that, using pseudo random function, they both will create a master key. Now they both have a master key. So now there is a connection between these two. Correct? Similarly, here on the other side, what will happen is Now, since we have a server hello back from the SNT network on the Juniper SRX. So now the Juniper SRX now has the certificate of SNT and public key, correct? So now it will, now from here on the SNT, it will create a different, what do you call, pre-master key. Okay, it will create a different pre-master key called Y. Okay, now this pre-master key will be basically encrypted using the public key of SNT networks. Now this is sent over to the SNT network. Since it has the private key, it can finally decrypt and find the pre-master key. Now using pseudo random function, both the sides will use client hello, server hello, and client random, server random, and this pre-master key to generate a master key. For example, now both of them will have a master key. Let's use a different color for this. Both of them have a master key here. Let's say this. Now both of them have a different master key, correct? So now we see that there is one connection between client and the SRX firewall, correct? And there is another connection with the SRX firewall and the server in the backend. So now whenever a packet is sent by the server, by the client, towards the towards the server, let me rub this off. So I think this we are clear with. Let me just explain this briefly. So now you have to just remember that we have two keys now. Okay, we have to remember one key we have here which is being used, the other key we have here which is being used. Okay, a different color combination now. So one request is sent towards SNT. So A thinks that it is sending towards SNT, right, an encrypted format. But now since Juniper has the capability to or the key to decrypt, it will decrypt the packet, correct, and it will send it across. And here also the channel will be encrypted. Again, here the channel will be encrypted. I hope this is clear. So we have an encrypted channel here. The Juniper SRX is decrypting it, reading the packet, doing inspections and everything on it, all the advanced security encryptions, anti-malware, antivirus check, IPS, correct, ATP, Sky ATP, and all of that, all of the sandboxing checks, and then sending it across. And when the packet comes back, again the same subchecks will be done. And how it's done, because we have the key. The Palo Alto or the Juniper firewall or whatever firewall you have which supports this will use the key. For this channel, it will use this particular key, and for this channel, it will use this particular key. It will decrypt it. First of all, consider a scenario when the packet is coming from outside. Once it comes from outside, what it will do is, using the key, it will make it into clear text. By clear text, I mean it will decrypt it. Okay, it will decrypt it, make it into clear text, make sure all the advanced security features, ACL and everything is in place. When the packet is now okay to pass, it will send it, it will encrypt the packet using this key. Okay, it will encrypt the packet using this key and they send it across. So client will think that it is coming from legitimate server, and the server will think that it's coming from legitimate client. But in between we have a firewall which is helping us basically decrypt the packet and add imply all the security policies on it. So this is how basically it works. Plus, there's one more thing, because now we are using a Juniper certificate here, right? We are using a Juniper certificate and key. The client might not, allow it, because it might say that this is not trusted or it's self-signed or whatnot. So you will have to add that certificate or map that certificate in the client to make sure it is trusted, correct? So this is simple SSL proxy, and it is very useful or helpful in our day-to-day environments, because it will help you basically add security policies even to encrypted traffics. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you.